First up, from beautiful downtown Burbank, comedian and actor Art Johnson, Emmy-winning star of 1960s and 70s comedy sketch show Laugh-In, died July 3rd in Los Angeles of heart failure. He was 90 and had been battling bladder and prostate cancer. From Variety, on Laugh-In, he was most familiar as Wolfgang, the heavily accented German soldier who thought World War II was still going on. His catchphrase, "Very interesting," was one of many that caught on from the hit show. Johnson won 1 Emmy for the show and was nominated 2 more times. His other TV appearances during the 1960s and 70s included Bewitched, Lost in Space, The Partridge Family, and The Donna Reed Show. Johnson also did extensive voice work for cartoons including Justice League Unlimited, DuckTales, and Animaniacs. Next up, Disney Plus is finalizing deals to put in development comedy series Life and Death, starring and executive produced by Oscar winner Marlee Matlin. From Deadline, based on the life of Jack Jason, Matlin's longtime interpreter, Life and Death is a half-hour family comedy about a kid growing up in the 70s with deaf parents, and the mischief that ensues when, as their ears and mouthpiece, he is given the keys to the kingdom. Next up, as far as animated franchises go, there are few quite as popular as Toy Story. The original movie hit theaters back in 1995, premiering cutting-edge technology. Since then, the property has never been far from theaters. From Cinema Blend, the Toy Story movies have always changed with the times, and now it looks like Disney has deleted a controversial scene from Toy Story 2. The film came with a gag reel which had extra scenes for audiences to enjoy during the credits. One of these vignettes shows Kelsey Grammer's villainous Stinky Pete speaking with a pair of Barbies. He's flirty and happy about their identical appearance, before telling them he can probably get them a role in the inevitable Toy Story 3. The scene in question hasn't aged particularly well, especially with the Me Too movement shining a light on sexual harassment in the workplace, and it looks like the House of Mouse had concerns over the sequence. Next up, HBO is adapting another Tom Perrotta novel, this time in the form of Mrs. Fletcher. From Slash Film, the series will be a half-hour comedy based on Perrotta's 2017 novel of the same name and stars Katherine Hahn of Step Brothers and Bad Moms as an empty nester mom undergoing a sexual reawakening after her son leaves for college. Mrs. Fletcher is a dual coming-of-age comedy that follows divorcee Eve Fletcher, played by Hahn, and her college freshman son, Brendan, played by Jackson White, as they navigate a new chapter in their lives in the age of online porn and social media. And finally, there have been some truly memorable villains in the nearly 60-year history of the James Bond cinematic franchise, some nearly as famous as the secret agent himself. From JoBlo.com, Rami Malek of Mr. Robot and Bohemian Rhapsody will be taking on the main villain role in Cary Fukunaga's Bond 25. But the actor had one condition before he would agree to appear in the upcoming film. The actor said the following: "It's a great character and I'm very excited, but that was one thing that I discussed with Cary. We cannot identify him with any act of terrorism reflecting an ideology or religion. That's not something I would entertain, so if that's why I'm your choice, you can count me out. But that was clearly not his vision. So he's a very different kind of terrorist." It's another extremely clever script from the people who have figured out exactly what people want in those movies. But I feel a substantial weight on my shoulders. I mean, Bond is something that we all grow up with. Bond 25 is slated for an April 3rd, 2020 release in the UK, with hopefully no more hang-ups. And remember, kids, don't play with fireworks and keep your pets safe today. And that will do it for today's installment of the Movie News Feed.